Hi, this video that I'm about to post is going to be on this group and my group that's called Your Tiny Home Builders Club and YouTube. This might not be a so happy video and I'm sorry about that. But I'm going to turn the camera around. I don't have multi-cameras like I used to. But this is what I look like. I'm just an old fart. And I'm a little turned off today. I'm a little upset. And I want to talk to you about that. I wake up this morning to find a bunch of negative content or comments on my YouTube channel. And calling me a liar, calling me a scammer, calling me just about everything under the sun, because I must have stepped on some toes of some tiny house builders. That's who I perceive them to be. This ain't directed at you. Maybe some of you who are on my YouTube channel. It's getting dark out here, and one of the things that I want to talk about is what they were saying on my YouTube channel, and then how people were commenting inside that comment. There must have been 500 comments, and it really teed me off. And then I was accused that I'm only trying to get subscribers. Well, that part is true, but not for what they were saying I was trying to get subscribers. They said just wanting to make a lot of money on YouTube. Well, if I can make a little bit of money on YouTube, you got me. That's nothing. But what you were saying, you builders out there, building your tiny homes and stuff, you jumped on me just like they used to jump on me on Cody, but YouTube settled it by cutting all the little guys off and stopped this Cody business. You can see it on my YouTubes. I've left those videos up for years. I don't do programming anymore, and I don't work with the people that uses Cody anymore. But I'm going to flip this around. I'm going to take you a tour on my tiny home. So, making sure I'm still recording and within my time limit, I was condemned by a bunch of builders that obviously is on YouTube. So, they said there is no way possible that this little tiny home that I'm building that is 12 feet wide and only 16 feet long could have 5 rooms and a hallway. And they were really condemning me because I guess somehow somebody shared my video, which my video so far has been shared 35 times. That's pretty cool, I think. But anyways, I guess they thought maybe I was a threat, because I'm only selling this for only $8,000 as is right now. But the more I put into it, the price is going to go up, obviously. And they called me a scammer, they called me a liar, they called me a cheater, and just about everything under the sun. So I'm going to take you in my tiny home and prove to these idiots and morons who think they're builders, if there was real builders, they could build the way I build. I've worked for Palm Harbor. I've built tiny homes. I've built shelters under the ground and everything. So anyways, I will have to make a part 2 and add it to this video. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I was about to be interrupted, so I just cut the video off and now I'm adding back onto it. But as I was saying, they said it was impossible to have 5 rooms in here and a hallway. So I'm going to take you all on here. Actually, if you look at it, in the right way, you'll know that I have multiple rooms, more than 5 rooms in here, the way I have it fixed. So, right now, we'll go in here and I'll take you a tour real quick. I'm trying not to make this a long video, but I want to show these idiots that if you know how to be an interior designer and know how to build real tiny homes, you can make just about any space work for you. And that's the thing, you know. It's what you want. If you've got yourself whatever it is you're building, or you buy one of these shed to own rent places, you can make it work, but it's going to take a lot of work. And these people are trying to make you think it's easy and that it don't cost that much. And going off grid is not an easy thing to do. And anybody that's ever done it, if they're truthful with you, they will tell you it's not easy. The people it comes easy to is people who's lived that way all their lives. Like me. And once I got out of the military, I've lived this way all my life. You're talking about 40 years or more. I'm 60 years old now. Now then, I want you to take a pencil and paper and write how many rooms do you actually see. Is there only 2 rooms? Or is there 5 rooms? Or can you figure out how many rooms this really could be? So we're going in. And I'm going to close my door so I don't get interrupted, hopefully, again. Another thing that these builders says, there's no way you would have any walking space or anything if you had that many rooms. Okay, and then they told me I don't have a full-size bathroom and a full-size kitchen. I mean, or a double-headed sink in here or anything. Oh my goodness, what is that? Wall-to-wall countertop kitchen space with a double stainless steel sink. It works. I did all the plumbing myself. Now, I don't have everything finished because I'm doing this on a disability budget. But I will have cabinets and doors, and it'll look real pretty when I get done. That's the finishing carpentry, I call it. And I got a place that I'm building for my microwave, and to have my big crock pot. It'll all slide out and I can use it, or I can use it inside the way I'm going to build it. But that's a full-size kitchen. And over here I got enough space from here to the wall to buy me a regular stove top and cut it in and fit it in here, so this space is stove top, and I won't have to use these 2 burners, which I can use this all day, you know, if I was going to keep this and not sell it. I'm building this to sell, and I got condemned for that. So this is my kitchen. Look how much space I got to walk around in here. All that floor space. I just got a new stove my brother bought me, and this will keep you roasted no matter how cold it is outside. You put a couple logs in here, and with this insulation that I've started to put in a couple of days ago, as you can see, and that's a 50-inch screen TV, guys. Let me see, I'll turn it on so you can see that everything is working. Okay, here could be the dining room. Once I get another one of these built over here, then got a couch over there and a couch on this side, and it serves as a kitchen. And then if you're wanting to watch TV, the table folds down, and I have a little slider or footstool thing that will go in that place, and you can stretch out on the couch sitting here watching TV. It turns into a living room. It's all fold out, multi-purpose folding out room. Sorry. So anyways, then if you got company and everything, this room turns into a bedroom. The the way I got the rails built, this table will fit onto that. Then the cushions will slide out this way, and the cushions will slide out that way, and it will sleep two adults comfortably. So this could be the kitchen, and when I'm cooking and ready to eat, it turns into a dining room. And then if I want it to be a living room, I just fold the legs up, set the table up, which I'm going to put it on hinge. Well, maybe not a hinge, but like an envelope holder on the end. That way, and that will be built with a hinge, and then I can just raise it up and and lock it up to the wall, and then you got that much more floor space when you're just entertaining and using it as a couch, watching TV. So how many rooms could this area be? Think bedroom, think living room, and think dining room, and a game room. So, look at all this space over here that you couldn't see before. And when the table's down, you got all that space. This is only 12 by 16. I don't have my steps set up yet, because I'm going to build it where it slides out and the steps actually open. More storage space in 2 steps, which will make it there. And these steps, I'm going to put a door on that once I get it all insulated, and then it'll kind of pop out and a little cubby hole for stuff. And I'm going to rebuild this, but right now, because I'm on a budget and doing it cheap, I'm doing milk crates with a plywood built around them, and I've got place. This is where I actually put my clothes. I just did my laundry and threw them there in the pile. Excuse me. So don't leave me some bad comments about that. But like pants, shirts, underwear, socks, and winter clothing and swimming clothing for each one of those containers. I'm just one person. So, how many rooms do you count so far? Before I leave the kitchen and dining room or living room, whatever you want to call it, up there is a master loft bedroom. And that's for like adults. And that's where I sleep. I also will show you a little bit later that I got a workstation. That's where I try to do my computer work. But out here I have hardly no internet. And it takes me like 4 hours to load this video up. That's how long, because of the internet being so slow out here. So I'm going to take you up a little bit. Walk up here, walk up here, walk up there. Right now I'm just using it as storage. But this is a single, like a teenage bedroom loft, which I still got some framing to do. And it'll have a rail across there so they don't ever fall out. Now this is just a sleeping bedroom, and there'll be little shelves and stuff that they can have their little private things and cell phones and stuff up here. Now look how big this mattress is. This is the cushions that goes like that over there. It'll go over here when I build the thing. And also, I forgot to tell you, underneath the couches or benches or dining room or kitchen seats that you call them is storage under both of them. And you can put a lot of stuff in there. Up there is, on the master loft bedroom, is where I do my work and everything. I sit there and fight with the internet and try to get this as good as I can. And it will have, when I frame the rest of it up and box it in, it will have a office that will slide out, roll out, and then you can sit there, or if you want to eat in bed, you can use it as a table, and that'll be my office. Now then, look how high we are. They tried to say that my tiny house was only 8 feet tall. Oh my goodness. Look. And look how far I am just from the turnaround platform. Sorry about the mess. I work in here and I live in here. So I'm getting her done little by little. So, and the metal wall, this wall is coming out because I'm going to rebuild it and build a pocket door. Instead of using this curtain, I'll have a pocket door for added privacy. And then that on the right side of the hallway is going to be a stained glass pocket door. So when the door opens, it's actually glass, but you can't see in or see out, in case you know you need some privacy when you're taking a bath and a shower. Now I just opened up the curtain to the hallway part, and I don't have the wall built yet on both sides because I want to have enough room to work and finish my bathroom. This is the full-size bathroom. From there to there is exactly the dimensions of this deep bathtub and shower with double glass sliding doors I'm trying to get to put in there, and it'll fit right there. And then look how much space is still in here. Right here where the dog food is actually where the toilet is going to go. And because I like to shave and stuff, I want my hair to fall into the toilet so I can just flush it. This is probably the way I'm going to keep it. Hi. And that's the mirror. Little medicine cabinet. And a little place to keep my razor. I'm going to put in a USB port in here so that I can just plug my razors and clippers and stuff in there to charge. And this is just temporary wiring in here. This is my on and off switch. That's in the dining room and kitchen area. And then the other light is on by the 6-foot window I put in, 2 feet by 6. So I still have a lot of space over here. And I'm thinking about going ahead and putting in a sink. And it'll go right here. So right here, from here to the outside wall of the bathroom is another room. And this is where the slider glass door will go, a pocket door. And this will be all separate room, the bathroom. I'm going to go ahead and insulate all the walls so there's more privacy. If you got somebody in the house or a guest, you don't want them hearing what's happening in the bathroom, and it could be a bad thing. Right now, this is just what I use when I'm building these things for anybody, and I'm living in it and building it while I'm at your site or your land. My refrigerator and my freezer, I can throw it in the van and go start another project. Right here is actually going to be turned into a pantry and walk-in closet, and it'll have shelving for shoes and stuff and clothes, and a hanger, and some pretty cool stuff I'm going to put in here. But right now it's my tool room. A 6-foot DeWalt air compressor, which they said that was impossible to have all these things in this room or in my tiny home and say I can't walk around. And they cracked it on me about the drill press, or drill press I have in here, and they said I couldn't have all the woodworking tools that I said in here. Well, behind it right there, they're all hanging up in order, and I do most of my building with them. And if I don't have electricity or I run out of gas out of my generator, these are all battery operated. So I'm going to go over here and show you how much space I have. Maybe it's hard to tell on the camera, but look. So the moral of the story is, I'm not saying any of you have, but let me flip the camera around. I want you, and to be honest, don't lie, and go down here in comments and tell me how many rooms do you actually think my 12 by 16 tiny house has. And, you know, what do you think? Do I have a walk space in here? Where most people on my YouTube channel, I deleted them off of my YouTube channel. I lost a few subscribers. And just because of the little war they put on there. But look all around me. I'll do a circle. I got my arm completely out, if you can see it. And this is about a 2.5 foot, what do you call those? Poles that slide in and out. And I'm going to do a complete circle. And my pole and camera will not touch nothing. How many of these tiny homes that condemn me, and I've seen their tiny homes, they only have a crawl space to walk up and down theirs. But do you see? Am I lying? But anyways, and the shelves you saw, they're temporary, just so that I can have some things in here. And they're going to come down, and I'm thinking about putting in another 6 foot by 2 foot window right here to look back through the woods and the cornfield and the other woods behind me, and have that as a good place, open place, where if I want to sit here and look out with my binoculars, look at the look at the I'm not in that part of the country no more. There's no bears around here. Deers and coyotes and things, raccoons and birds. Got a lot of blue jays around here and cardinals. But anyways, I'm going to end this video. Oh, I forgot to show you where this other big storage place I got. I'm going to turn the camera around. Under the staircase, I got a lot of stuff stored under there. It's about 2 feet tall and about 2.5 feet wide. And that's my turnaround step to get into either this single loft bedroom or the king size loft bedroom. And the lights I got in here are temporary because I got to redo these walls to put the pocket doors in, and I'm going to insulate them too. So, what do you think? In the comments down below, put how many rooms you actually see. And do you think I'm a scammer? Do you think I'm lying about having this many rooms? Or the amount of walking space that I declared on YouTube and all those builders came against me? Oh my goodness. I've been doing this all my life, people. I started when I was like 13 years old, building. Back then I was building packed silos, and I was up on a cement silo about like this, taking a 22 hammer and driving spikes into the concrete to put the frame up for the cones that you see on top of these packs. And then when I was like 14 and a half, I would go and help Amish, and they would build barns. And an Amish barn, when you build it, it would last 200 years. I built underground shelters, bomb shelters, basements, where I've had to go under the house and dig it out to make a basement under the house. I've done all that kind of construction. I've lived, ever since I got out of the military, I've lived on and off grid almost my entire life. I've been homeless, but I know how to survive. I'm a survivalist too. And I kind of grew up that way. because that's another story from another time. But anyways, you can't pull the wool over my eyes and say you can do this, you can't do that, and and if you're trying to get my attention or try to get me angered, it takes a lot. And I got a little angry today, and it's been a long, long time when they tried to put me down on my own YouTube channel. So this video is mostly for those kind of people. And when it comes to survival, I used to teach survival live on YouTube, and but people were stupid. One lady was so stupid, she went into a national forest, started living in it with a tent. Somehow she was able to get some help and got some money. She ended up in a pop-up camper, and she made her home out there. One night she gets on our YouTube super chat channel and saying she needed help. She can't get no phone calls out or something for some reason, and wolves were messing around and howling and stuff around her camp. It was too late. Couldn't save her. Another lady, almost at the same time Lisa did, and I think Lisa was in her 50s. And this other girl, she's young. She was like in her 30s. And decided to go live in the woods one day. Took her a tent and got her some camping gear. And she was in Dominican Republic. And she was able to use her cell phone somehow and had internet. But she could only type and super chat. And she was needing help. And she seen one of my videos where I was teaching people about how to charge rocks and how to make them last for about 3 to 4 days before you have to recharge rocks. And what I mean by recharging is heating them up, getting them hot, and how to dig out where your sleeping bag is, go down a foot, and have all those rocks, when they're hot, throw them into that hole, take the dirt that you digged out, and put it over, kind of pack it down with your hand, then put a little soft layer over it, then you put your tent over it, and in such a way that you know you're going to put your sleeping bag there. And this is a survival technique, probably back in the Indian days. Cowboys and Indian days. This technique's been used for many, many years. But also, that's dangerous. You got to know your rocks. You don't want to, you got to know limestone. You got to know your granite. You got to know your sand rocks. And you got to know all kinds of rocks. You got to know and which ones you can charge without exploding them like small hand grenades. And they can hurt you if they explode. Ask anybody who is a real survivalist or off-the-grid person. They'll tell you. Because if they've been doing it for years, chances are you can learn from them. So I'm going to end this video now because this is probably going to take about 5 hours to upload it after I try to do some editing to make it, more visible or entertaining so that you would watch the whole video. But drop a link down. I'm really interested in how many rooms you counted in my little tiny home that's only 12 feet wide, only 16 feet long, and what you think. You'll have enough walking around space in here, and do you have some ideas? Maybe you know something that I don't, that you're an interior designer too, that I can make more space, like turning this kitchen into a multi space. There's always room to learn, and never think that you know too much. Once you get out there and you think you know it all, and then like that lady, what are you going to do if a bunch of wolves come and start to attack you? You know, people need to slow down. I mean, I'm going too slow because I don't have the money. And I used to get donations on YouTube through PayPal, but since YouTube kicked us little guys off, I've been 6 years and I still don't have 1,000 subscribers. And yes, they said all I want is subscribers. Well, you know what? Um, Before they did that, I was making about $50 to $100 a month. Woohoo! That was extra money that I could put in my tent, food, or help. I lived in a tent city with about 100 different people and families living there because they were homeless, especially when the Obama Care Act happened. All the companies that people was working was get 40 hours or more. They got smart to Obama, and then they cut the hours so they didn't have to pay the insurance. And that put a lot of people, including me, homeless. That was one of the reasons. There's more reasons why I went homeless. One was because it was choice. I just got tired of not making enough money to keep my electric on, keep my water on, and you know the game. So, living in a house with nothing, that's true off-grid. And when you've only got a furnace and you can't put a wood stove in because it's not your house, how do you stay warm? Well, oh, my dog's trying to come in the door. It scared me. But anyways, when you go to buy property, don't sell everything you got because you could lose everything. Most people that I watch or see or on this group or other groups or on my groups or my YouTube, most of the people who think, okay, I'm jumping in, don't survive 6 months. They lose everything. They done sold their houses, their land, or whatever they owned, and then some of them lost their husbands and wives. Think. Talk to old people who's been alive back in the days when you had to live off grid and there was no electricity. Can you remember when color TV first came out? Can you remember the days when your house got light bulbs in it and you stopped using lamps, oil lamps? I remember those days before we got electricity, when they ran the poles out in the country where we were at. And I remember the first show I ever watched in color was Batman and Robin. I think that was like 1965, like June of 1965. I was in the second grade, and when the first color TV sets were being sold, nobody had the money for them. They were too high. But one lady of my friends had it, and she would give us cookie and milk. And after we got out of school, we all ran to my buddy's house, and we'd sit there watching Batman and Robin eating cookies and milk. Color TV. We thought that was the bomb. But anyways, sorry I ranted. Sorry if you think I stepped on your toes. I'm just telling you like it is. And before you step on my toes, think before you tell me, because you can't pull the wool over my eyes. I've lived this all my life. And if you need a helping hand, or if you need somebody to come to you and build you a place like this, I will come to you. We'll make a deal, and we can build it the way you want. That way, if you ever need it to be changed, a wall changed, or or you want to build it in a different floor plan, the time to do it is while your builder is with you and he's camping out and doing your work, helping you and building it, and you can sit and learn how to survive for real, to be off grid. If you want to go off grid, I think that's great. Anybody can get away from the government, this corrupted government. Excuse me. Anybody that can survive off-grid, or if you want to learn, I could be there. Now, another thing I want to teach you is why I cough, and how to use roots, how to use remedies, being an herbalist, how it's a lot of things are more powerful than the USDA graded medicines that's designed to kill so many people, and that's why you see those commercials. If you have died or know somebody who has died of I can't say it, cancer from asbestos, you may be able to get a big settlement. Okay, I died, I want a settlement. Stupid commercials. Y'all have a nice night. Tell me what you think about my tiny home. You can be honest, just don't be stupid. And tell me how many rooms, what you think about my walking space, and how everything is placed in there. Notice that I'm still building in here, but this is what I got. Am I a liar? Have a nice day. Bye-bye.